Hi guys, how are you? Let's strive to be productive, to be more productive. Hey, so today we're just going to be using the if statement, and the if statement allows us to check for a condition and perform an action accordingly. So, shooting straight into our lesson here, we have a list of employees in a certain organization, and we have their length of stay, their gross salary, as well as the other details here. So we want to determine if a certain employee is getting a loyalty badge. And the condition that we're going to set here is if a certain employee has worked for more than 10 years in our organization, then they are going to get a loyalty badge, and that's the condition. If that condition is not satisfied, then there is no badge. So this is how our Excel works. So if the logical test here will be the length of stay is greater than 10 years, the value if true here that we're going to put is if if they've worked for more than 10 years, then they're going to get a badge. So we can just input the value badge. If it's false, then they're going to get no badge. But you can use 0, 1, any codes you like, but for the sake of this lesson we're going to use badge and no badge. So here is, this is the length of stay. If it's greater than 10, then you actually have, if you're writing latest, then you don't have to put those hyphens here, but if you're writing words, then you have to put them. So here is the badge. Hope that's the right spelling. And if that condition is not met, then there is no badge. And here we go. And oh, they've stayed for 2 years, so there is no badge. And then we drag our formula downwards, so you can actually see that there are badges and no badges, right? As simple as that. And then for the bonus, we want to give our employees bonuses based on their salary. So if they have a salary of less than 30,000, then we're going to give them a greater bonus, which is 20% of their salary. And if their salary is more than that, then we are going to give them a bonus of 10%. So is equals to if the gross salary is less than 30,000, then value, they're going to get 20%. Yeah, they're going to get 20%. Otherwise, if that's false, then they're going to get 10%. Right. So you can actually choose what you want, how you want to calculate it. You can say times the gross salary right in the middle of the formula, or what will be the easiest way would just be gross salary times whatever comes out of this formula, because if it's less than 30,000, then they're going to get 20%. If it's not that condition, else they're going to get 10%. So here our formula is just giving us an answer, and these are the various bonuses. So you can just pick one for less than 30,000, one for more than 30,000 to just make sure it's the right answer. So here it's less than 30,000. It's less than 30,000. So you're just going to say 0.2 times the gross salary. Okay. 0.2 here. So it's the same as this. Then here is greater than. So it's 0.1. 0.1 times 80,000, and it's 8,000. So just make sure it's true. Just make sure you're on the right track. So yeah, as easy as that. So here we've used the action using words, and we have used the action using letters and calculations. So the next thing that we're going to do is a situation whereby there are many conditions. It's not just one, there are many conditions. And I've actually had the liberty of using Zimbabwe text tables. So here they are, and we're going to use monthly text tables. So if a person is getting a salary from 0 to 2000, then they're going to be charged 0% tax. From 7.5 to 15,000, then they're going to be charged 25% tax, and so on and so on. And I've just summarized this, the particular part that we want to use, the monthly ones. I've summarized it in our sheet here. So carrying on with our Excel formula, if you want to start with lesser values going to the greater values, then you have to use the less than sign. And if you want to start with the greater values going down, then you have to use the greater sign. You'll figure it out, or as I do it. So if the gross salary here is less than 2000, I've just used the text tables here. So it's from 0 to 2000, we're going to have 0%. From 2000.01, we are going to have 7.5, etc., etc. So we're just going to say is equals to, if our gross salary here is less than 2000, then we should get 0. That's the value if true. And as we continue, we set another condition again. If our gross salary here it's less than 7.5, right, then we are going to get a tax of 0.2, 20%. You just have to keep referring to your text tables. And then else value false, we set another condition here. If it's less than 15,000, sorry, yeah, 15,000, then we're going to get 0.25 here. And if our gross salary here is less than 30,000, we are going to get 0.3, right? And then if our gross salary here is less than 50,000, then we are going to get 0.35, 0.35. And if it's greater than 50,000, then we're going to get 0.4 according to the text tables. And then we close our brackets. Just make sure when you close in your bracket, they actually show with colors that this bracket is closing this one, and the next bracket is closing that one, this one, green and green. So you just have to make sure that you close all the brackets and you press enter. So right here is just the percentage, just to make sure on the right track. So this one is 11,000. 11,000 is less than 15,000. So we're supposed to get a 25%. our 80,000 is the one that's more than 50,000, so it's a 40%, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's how you do it when you're doing a lot of numbers. But let's just have the actual tax payable by multiplying it with the gross salary. So that's the actual tax payable. So we can just calculate it like that so that we don't have to go through it again. We could have put another cell to say gross salary times the percentage, but still this is fine. And so the net salary is just the gross salary minus the tax payable. That's simple subtraction. And the aids levy here is according to our tax table here, aids levy is 3% of the individual's tax payable. So this is more of the basic stuff. The aids levy is equals to this. We can just write aids levy right here. Aids levy. So hey, this is not the net salary. We can actually calculate it after the aids levy, right? And we just put the aids levy here and the net salary here. So the aids levy is equal to, so it's 0.03, 0.03. So the aids levy is equal to the tax payable times the percentage of the aids levy. And remember, you have to fix because you're just going to use the same percentage for the aids levy, and that's it. And so the total deductions becomes aids levy plus tax payable. You can just do it on one formula, but I just preferred to figure it out. Total deduction. And so here our net salary becomes gross salary minus all the various deductions, and there we go. So it's actually easy to then to calculate your payees and stuff. So easy like this, rather than going through one employee. If you have a software that does for you, then we're good, but rather than going through one employee by employee and really wasting a lot of time, this is like a few minutes. And then there is the other condition whereby you have to calculate if it suits two conditions, if the various whatever that you want to look for suits two conditions, and then if it suits two conditions, then it has to give you the result. So what we're going to do here is that we are going to give bonuses to people with more than 10 years and salaries of more than $10,000. So those are two conditions. The length of stay should be more than 10 years. The gross salary is more than 10,000. Those are the people we're going to say getting the bonus right now. So if you put your if statement, you put your and statement here. So the logic one is the length of stay is greater than 10. And the logic 2 is the gross salary is greater than 10,000, and these are the logics that we're going to use, right? But you can actually go on and on and on. Logical 1, logical 2, logical 3, but we've just sticked to two logics here. We can use if they're getting a badge, if they are female, say they are female, right? Logic 3 says the gender is equals to F. And if you're going to be using letters, then you have to actually put brackets. So value if true is bonus. You can also use calculations to actually say they're going to get what percentage of bonus, as we have seen. And value if false, say this time we're going to put a 0, and then we're good to go. Hey, so we have 2 people with a bonus. So just to check the conditions here, this person has a salary of 11,000. The first condition is set, but the length of stay is less than 10,000, so they're not going to get a bonus. And this person has a bonus, so we're just going to check everything. Their salary is more than 10,000, it's actually 20,000. They have worked for 26 years, and they're female as well. So all conditions are set, and we're going to have a bonus for them. And we can also use if or. That's our last. Let's just put if and here. If or. Bonus if or, and that's it. And then we see that is equals to if this person is a salary of less than 10,000. If they have a salary of less than 10,000, or no, sorry, or should actually put the or here, or the logic 2 is they have a salary of less than 10,000, or they are male despite their salary, or the gender is equals to male. Then this time we want to put a yes or a no. That's pretty simple. We want to calculate their bonus. Then if either of the conditions is satisfied, then they may be getting a 5% allowance. So it's 0.05 times the gross salary times the percentage allowance, which is 0.05. I would have preferred to put the allowance here and just fix it, but this is still fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's just put logical 1, logical 2. Let's just go back here. Logical 2, right? And here our comma, value if true. Let's just put a bonus or no bonus. Bonus. I would have preferred to actually work. So we've actually calculated their bonus, or allowance, it's 5% times the gross salary, or else they get nothing, which is 0. And then you break down the formula. So this person here is a male, so that's the other condition, and he's a male, but his salary is not less than 10,000. It's an oral condition. If he's a male, or if it's a salary of less than, then he qualifies to have that. So yeah, that's that. If and if or, nested if, to actually give an action of words or numbers. And that's all for today. Thanks.